Hey there, lovely people. Today I've got an interesting topic for you. The cultural concept of mianzi, or face in China. Let me tell you, this idea of face is a big deal over there. In China, face holds profound social importance, exerting significant influence over relationships and reputation. In fact, face can be seen as valuable social currency that influences a person's honor, self esteem, and even their position in society. As a result, Chinese people take this seriously. Yes, really seriously. They're always ready to go that extra mile to avoid losing face for themselves and others. If you, as a foreigner, want to navigate these tricky waters without sinking, you need to understand what this face thing is all about. Whether you're making new friends or dealing with business associates, you've got to be ready to show respect, be tactful, and empathetic. By doing that, you'll make sure that both parties keep their precious face intact. Please hit that like button as it really helps my channel, and let's get this discussion going. Now, we all know that nobody likes being called out for their mistakes, right? But let me tell you, the Chinese take this to a whole new level. Publicly exposing someone's blunders is like the ultimate face loss move. It's a big deal, especially in business relationships. They see it as a serious form of punishment, and it can really mess things up. In fact, the stress of losing face is so immense that some Chinese people would rather stick with a bad decision than publicly admit they were wrong. Ouch. So, if you want to be the ultimate friend or colleague in China, here's the secret. Never put them in a situation where they have to own up to their mistakes in front of others. It's a huge no-no. And let me warn you, if you force them into that spotlight, you won't be getting away unscathed. Oh no, your reputation or face will take a hit too. As a general rule, always frame your statements in a way that allows everyone to avoid humiliation. When you disagree with something, don't outrightly drop a no bomb. Instead, steer the conversation in a positive direction. You can try a yes and approach. Yes, that's right. By adding that little and at the end, you can express your own feelings without negating theirs. It's like magic. By following this strategy, you can foster a positive and respectful working environment while maintaining effective communication. If you plan to do business with Chinese people, this next part is crucial for you. You see, in Chinese culture, they tend to be indirect when expressing themselves. Generally speaking, they're not big on giving direct or negative feedback, so understanding their true feelings can be a real challenge. Picture this. You've got this groundbreaking business proposal, but your Chinese counterparts are completely against it. And guess what? They'll still be all smiles and polite about it. Instead of openly disagreeing, they'll prioritize maintaining respect and dignity. In Western culture, we're all about being straight to the point, especially in business. So understandably, you might get a little flustered trying to figure out where they stand. But it's crucial to avoid pressuring them for a straightforward answer or attempting to guess their feelings. Doing so can make them uncomfortable and possibly cause embarrassment if your assumptions are inaccurate. So, what's the secret to navigating this cultural difference effectively? You guessed it, patience. Give them time and their true feelings will naturally surface. That way, you can maintain a friendly atmosphere during your interactions. Also, let's not forget that patience is the ultimate virtue when it comes to bridging the gap between different backgrounds. In the East, when someone extends an invitation, it's almost like a dance. They customarily decline it, sometimes more than once, before finally accepting it. It might seem a bit weird to us, but hold on, there is a method to this madness. You see, accepting an invitation right away is considered a no-no. It's seen as a burden on the host. So turning down the invite is actually a sign of being polite, humble, and not greedy. It's like saying, "Oh no, I couldn't possibly trouble you." But here's the catch. The host is then expected to push back and insist on the invitation a few more times. Yes, that's right. It's like a friendly back and forth before the get together is finally confirmed. But wait, there's more. This whole declining when you actually mean to accept thing doesn't just stop at invitations. Nope, it spills over into other areas of life too. Here's an example. You're offering a refreshing beverage to your Chinese friend, and guess what? They decline it. But don't give up just yet. It's highly likely that they actually want that drink, but are just being super polite and saving face. So what do? You offer it again, and this time you'll probably get a grateful yes and a big smile. Knowing these cultural nuances can work wonders for your relationships with your Chinese friends and associates. Plus, you'll save them from going thirsty, and who doesn't want that? When it comes to controversial subjects, it's advisable to steer clear of them altogether, especially complex ones like Taiwan and Tibet. In general, the Chinese prefer that you keep your opinions on such matters to yourself. But if you're feeling adventurous and decide to ignore this advice, brace yourself for a potentially wild ride. A rapid decline in the conversation, anyone? Yep, that can happen. And everyone might end up losing face, including you. And nobody wants that, right? If for some reason a disagreement does rear its head, keep your cool. No public displays of frustration, folks. Exercise patience and take those concerns to a private setting. Remember, being respectful and diplomatic is always the way to go. By following these tips, you'll demonstrate cultural sensitivity and ace interactions with your Chinese friends. In Chinese society, social ranks and positions matter big time. Things like having authority, influential connections, or being from a respected family help shape how you're perceived and give you face in the process. Showing respect for someone's rank is all about preserving their honor and giving them the deference they deserve. Western cultures, on the other hand, take a more egalitarian approach. They're all about individualism and have flatter hierarchies. Westerners tend to feel like they're all in this together. So, if you're a Westerner in China, it's best to follow the old adage, when in Rome, do as the Romans do, or in this case, when in China. If you're planning to work in China, remember to always greet your boss with their surname first and then their title. Don't skip the title. You don't want to come across as disrespectful. If in doubt, ask them how they want to be addressed or mimic your workmates. The Chinese feel that reciprocity plays a vital role in maintaining social harmony. It ensures a fair exchange and prevents the burden of indebtedness, thereby protecting one's face. In essence, it's the idea of you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. Stephanie, a friend from China, follows a fascinating practice that involves carrying small tokens in her purse. These tokens serve as a gesture of reciprocity when she receives unexpected gifts from others. How thoughtful is that? For her, it's all about keeping balance and harmony in her relationships. And speaking of reciprocity, let me share a little story about my friend Evan. He's from China too and was studying in the US. When he graduated, I gave him a monetary gift, like we do here. But guess what? Evan reciprocated right away with this beautiful stained glass peony from his hometown, Luoyang. It just shows you how much Chinese people value reciprocation. Well, that's it for part one, but don't go anywhere. In part two, we're going to get into the top 7 ways a Chinese person can gain face in their society. So hit that subscribe button and let's keep this cultural journey going. See you next time.